Welcome back to Forasen Education. This is Zed. Today we're talking once more about Farmmi, or going to ticker FAMI. In this video we're going to try to scratch a little bit beyond the surface for due diligence, technical analysis, and what we think about this one. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. Now this is not my first video. I did cover a couple of videos about this one. My last one is in the description below. But in case this is the first time ever you hear about Farmmi, they're a company in leading agricultural e-commerce and technological enterprise, which aims to build a global trading platform for agricultural products. Farmmi manages an industry chain of internet marketing for agricultural products with agricultural technology research and development, family farm development, and product processing. Our products are sustainable, organic, and green agricultural products and healthy foods. One of the latest press releases that we received was on the 12th of October, and it reads as follows. One of their subsidiaries, and this one here received the international certification for Ecological Agricultural Association. So this third-party evaluation and certification, inspectors are responsible for certifying tests and technical services institutions. In collaboration, China and internationally, the certification provides validation of high-quality branded agricultural products that meet strict organic agricultural products and geographical indication, pollution-free, and organic cultivation standards. Ms. Yifang Zhang, Farmmi's chairwoman and CEO, commented, "We are proud to receive this important certification. It's an invaluable validation of our product qualities and brand, which we believe will give us an added competitive advantage. For Farmmi, providing consumers with green, healthy, and safe agricultural products is at the core of all business decisions we make. We're excited to be able to leverage the prestigious Lishui Zhanggang certification, given our mutual committed to high quality green product as we continue to drive the company's market growth." Now, on the institutional buyers part, we have a few buyers. The main owner here, around 10% from the institutional buyers, is Savvy Management LLC. Now, this person or this group itself had some shaky or not really good reputation based on whenever they buy, they usually manipulate the stock. That was kind of allegations put into it. There's nothing really solid about it. So I wouldn't really worry about Savvy Management as much at this point, but we're able to see that on the 8th of October, Wedbush Securities LLC bought around 20,000 shares. Before that, 17th of September from Virtue Financials, which scooped up around 262,000 shares. So 202,062 shares. Now, in terms of the short interest, it looks like there's 0.05 days to cover for this one. The dark pool short volume sits around 49.05% at any given day. Over here, it shows that there's 4.6 million short shares availability for FAMI, and the short borrow fee rate is only at 8.10, showing it's very low. Now, in terms of volumes, yes, they died down back to the 50s or 60 millions. And currently around 49% of that is going towards the short selling side. Now, before moving on forward towards technical analysis and valuations, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button and leave notifications on for this channel. Also, don't forget to drop a like to this channel. Now, in terms of the E-Trade here platform, it shows you that the price over sales and the price over book are sitting at 2.83 and 0.25 respectively. Now, that is still a lot cheaper than the SP 500. So it's definitely undervalued when compared to the SP 500 itself. Now, there's one last thing I want to talk about before moving on towards technical analysis, is their compliance with the minimum bid requirement. Currently, they're not NASDAQ basically compliant, and they need to maintain above $1 for 10 consecutive days. And as you get to see here, they might be eligible for an additional 180 days grace period. However, for the time being, they have not applied or have been granted this eligibility of a 100-day extension. And they need to meet and maintain the minimum bid requirements by November 30th, 2021. So around a month and a half from now. So it's going to take 2 weeks for that to kick in for the 10 business days above $1. So it might be a reverse split coming in at least a month from now. So you got to be very, very careful when it comes to that, as we do see the company did raise quite a good amount of money in public offerings before, and that really dropped the stock price. Now let's move on towards technical analysis. From a technical indicator perspective and technical analysis perspective, the first thing that we do actually notice is that the moving averages are all almost on one line, suggesting that there's nothing interesting going on in terms of volatility for this one. And you're able to see that this stock seems to not have a strong movement as well based on the average directional index that is sitting at 20.28. So it's not eventful on that part. Now the William %R is very close towards the oversold compared to the overbought, but it's currently sitting at neutral. And the William %R, by the way, is an indicator very similar to the relative strength index, also known as the RSI. In terms of the MACD, you're able to see that it's currently touching very, very, very close to the zero from the positive side. And this on its own is a very dangerous thing, because what it suggests is that we're on the very close verge from hitting that negative reversal. The last time that happened was around the 13th of September because of a massive stock drop, but we're not anticipating a massive stock drop unless we're talking about a reverse split, but that's probably not going to happen from here till a month. And we're talking about a continuation onto this negative trend with a negative momentum. Now, in terms of momentum indicator itself, this one here is showing that it's very close to zero again, but from the negative side. It's negative 0.004, suggesting that there's a bit of a negative momentum into this one that might easily expand going on forward. In terms of the stochastic fast and stochastic slow, you're able to see that almost all of them are dipping a little bit downwards, and that on its own is a very dangerous sign when you're talking about supports. So that's going to be very critical moving on forward. In terms of the moving average bands, however, this is expected to trade between 34 cents, as you get to see in the top, in the middle 31, and in the bottom 28 cents. Now this is the last time I drew this wedge here, and you're able to see that things have changed a little. This one did not really follow through where it squeezed out, it kind of just dropped down. So that was not anticipated. The current kind of wedge could be drawn a little bit to be somewhat similar to what I'm drawing right now. But again, at this point, it doesn't really signify anything on its own. However, you're able to see that if we do go ahead and draw these two wedges, it could be a possibility that this one can go higher or break out if it does break this massive trend line above the 35 cents, and this decreases as we go ahead with every day. And it seems to be somewhat of a trend line on the bottom side at the 34, but we need to take a look at some supports and resistances to understand a little bit better what's going on. So onto this one, I'm going to do 1 month, 1 hour, and I'm going to do the Fibonacci retracements from 53 cents to around 20 cents. We're able to see a very critical support sitting at the 32 cents, 27 cents, resistances at 36, 40, and 46. And if we go ahead with just normal price line action, we're able to see a critical support line at the 34 cents, and then below there, 33 cents, 31 cents, 30 cents, down to 28 cents, 26, 24 cents, downwards to around 22, 21, and 20 cents. Resistances, there's a very strong one at 34. Above there, you jump a little bit to 35, and then to 37, and then it jumps quite a bit to 41, from 41 to around 45, and then going to 49, and then 53. So there's a lot more supports and resistances, and that's always a good thing. Now, coming into the question to what we think about this one. So it's definitely a very interesting movement. Currently really looks sloppy, almost into a trend line if you're able to imagine it here. But in all criticality, we're able to see massive jumps that we get to see throughout this. So this definitely has a chance to see a bit more of a powerful push. It needs some really strong news. The international certification wasn't really as massive as some people had thought. It did see a nice jump from around 34 to 39 cents, but this one does need to get above $1 soon before it does meet a reverse split, sometime perhaps next month. What do you think is going to happen here? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.